The Cuphead DLC came out over 2 years ago, and since it was on sale, I decided to see if it was still worth buying. The first thing you'll notice when booting up the game is the new title screen and music. I feel the new music is a welcome change as it brings a much more upbeat mood to the game. Plus having Miss Chalice on the title screen is a nice touch. The DLC doesn't add anything to the main game, so you can still have the vanilla experience. But after completing the first Coliseum level, this boat guy appears and offers to take you to a new part of the map. When you get there, Miss Chalice greets you and gives Mugman a cookie that fucking kills him, and then she just proceeds to run away. She leads the boys to a bakery and introduces them to this guy named Chef Saltbaker. Chalice then turns back into a ghost and Mugman is alive again. Thank God, I thought we lost you, bro. Turns out, Chef Saltbaker is trying to make a recipe for a cookie that would turn Chalice back alive forever, and for some reason these two are the only people that can help with that. After this, you unlock Miss Chalice as a playable character by using up your charm slot, and she's better than Cuphead and Mugman in almost every way. First things first, she has a double jump, which makes movement much easier. On top of that, Chalice has one more extra hit point, so you can play a little bit more loosely. Her parry is activated by dashing, which definitely takes some getting used to, but in most cases is much easier than Cuphead's normal parry. Her last ability is activated by crouching and dashing at the same time, which gives you invincibility, somewhat like the smoke bomb charm. And while learning Miss Chalice's moveset is a bit of a steep learning curve, it pays off in the end by letting you complete almost any boss with ease. Along with her new moveset, Chalice has her own plane variant. Her plane shots don't differ much from Cuphead's regular plane attacks, but it's a nice addition that makes her feel that much more unique. Chalice also has her own unique super arts, those being Spiral Pillar instead of the default Energy Beam, which shoots out a vertical beam that does some damage, Shield Pal instead of Invincibility, which gives you this little shield buddy that tanks one hit for you, and lastly, Ghostly Barrage instead of Giant Ghost, which shoots out this huge wave of ghosts, which looks pretty awesome if I do say so myself. This DLC also brings with it new weapons and charms. First, the Crack Shot. Up close it does good damage, and at range it auto-aims towards enemies, dealing pretty solid damage. When compared to its counterpart, the Chaser, which barely does any damage, this is just overall a better pick. Second, we have the Converge. This is a three-way shot that goes through all enemies and can be focused by aiming. It's pretty good at taking out large swarms of enemies, but I didn't find myself using it much for bosses. Last and probably least, we have the Twist Up. This one's a little bit controversial, as some people find it quite good, and most others find it useless. It shoots a large number of bullets that float up. There are fairly few use cases for this weapon in my opinion, but the best I found was in the level Perilous Piers, where it helps to clear out these flying shrimp. But outside of this level, I rarely caught myself using it. When it comes to the new charms, I already mentioned the cookie that allows you to play as Miss Chalice, so that leaves us with two, Heart Ring and the Relic. Heart Ring is quite simple, but also very useful. It grants you extra health every first, third, and sixth parry, allowing you to gain up to 3 extra health in every battle, which helps so much in these fights. Now, the Relic, while it starts out as the Cursed Relic, which hinders you, by using it, you can level it up to be the Divine Relic, which combines every single charm in the game into one. Now comes the fun part. The DLC added 7 new bosses to beat, which not only captures the original aesthetic of the game, but also builds on it with some of the best original music I've ever heard, rivaling most modern games today. Playing through these levels was a blast, and I have to say, the difficulty is definitely still there. The final fight against Chef Saltbaker might be one of the hardest, but also most beautifully choreographed fights in the whole entire game. This DLC has you fight everything from gnomes to dogs flying planes to even an outlaw cow. The charm here is palpable and I cannot stop glazing these fights. Another thing I cannot stop glazing is the music. It captures so many different aesthetics and moods and makes each area just pop with personality. My personal favorite track has to be from the Moonshine Mob. Like dude, this is so fucking good! And each level has its own little soundtrack that just sets it apart from every other one. But all in all, the Cuphead DLC is definitely still worth buying today, especially for its price. And if you haven't played the main game yet, then get off your ass and buy it already. It's still on sale if you're watching this early, so don't wait too long. But with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching.